Considering the fact that I don't have anything showing if this has started or not, let's just hope that it is.
I'm looking for the tweet.
Oh God.
God damn it, refresh. Oh, you know when I'm sad when it's in English.
All right, Zero and Disney here, and it is literally a week until I'm back in Orlando again, and I feel like absolute crap right now. It's wonderful.
Technical term.
Yeah, no lie. So I am not alone. I am joined tonight by my partner in crime, my popcaster from across the pond, Ashley.
Yeah, the pop pod across the pond.
Oh
Peter Piper,
God.
pick a peck, pick a peck. I can't even say it myself.
Uh, Vic had an issue tonight that he had to attend to, so he will not be joining us. And Mr. Entertainment is having some issues right now as well. So if he's able to join us, awesome. If not, you're just going to get me and Ashley tonight.
More me, I think, than you, Owen. But
Yeah, you're
what is
probably
this?
right.
Everybody that's on tonight is feeling ill.
Well, I mean, I can't really explain mine. I kind of like passed out in the main event and everything, and I don't even remember some things happening. And I know I saw things, but I woke up and certain things were happening, and that was
No,
about
but
it.
I'm normally the one with the crap immune system. I'm normally the one that's like, was like, but actually, apart from feeling tired, but it's because I've been up a while. I've been
Yeah.
catching the Martian and the program and looking more and more hyped for Spectre next week. I've got a reason to be knackered. I'm seeing Black Mass tomorrow. Well, I hope it's Black Mass. All
Yeah,
the
I
signs seem to
hope
point to
so.
Black Mass, but tonight was supposed to be a big Raw, and it was once again it was meh.
Oh
It
God.
was all right, but
Nothing to
nothing.
write home about.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, this could be a really short podcast if we we play our
the,
cards
the
right.
honesty is, if you weren't watching Monday Night Football, you're probably an idiot because if you've got a trailer that makes Kevin Smith cry, it's a better prospect than 3 hours of Raw.
I haven't had a chance to sleep yet. Well, no, that's not true.
I haven't had a chance to see it either.
Okay, good. That's what I meant to say. I haven't had a chance to
Uh,
watch it yet.
I want to see it. Apparently, hang on. I'm going to see what the number one trend is on Twitter.
Oh, gee, I wonder.
Earlier on, it was actually people trying to boycott Star Wars because they didn't like how ethnically diverse the cast was.
That makes no
Apparently,
sense.
racism is alive and well on social media.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Star Wars is the number one trend on Twitter.
Of course it is. We are 1 week away.
Sadly, it isn't anywhere else, but whatever.
We are mere week. We're less than a week away from Hell in a Cell,
hmm
and this is the go home show that is supposed to get us all hyped and ready for the pay per view. And in some ways, it did that, and in others, it just didn't deliver.
Well, it doesn't help when the one match people are looking forward to, we don't know part of the problem.
Yeah.
We'll get to it because it's brought up pretty early on.
So,
So we open. I'm letting you rest your voice because you sound ill.
of course.
We open with Stone Cold coming out with his glass, and well, glass doesn't shatter like that entrance from whichever WrestleMania it was back in the day, which was awesome. Stone Cold comes out. Obviously, the crowd's going ape shit. Says it's great to be back in Dallas, and he's looking forward to doing the podcast of Lesnar. From what I've seen of it so far, obviously I've had to go away because we need to do sound effects. I've just realised I need to bring up the obvious sound effect considering what happens in this first segment. He's looking forward to doing the podcast with Brock later on, but now has the privilege of introducing, a guy he respects and has been on the road with a long, long time, and that's the Undertaker. So the gong rings. Undertaker makes his entrance. Stone Cold disappears. I don't know because it went dark. I don't know if that's the same fate that random referee and Rollins had back at Battleground. Well, clearly, I know he reappeared, so I guess he didn't have the same fate. We still don't know what happened to that referee. Either
No one
way,
does.
Taker says that he and Lesnar have got their one last battle, and what I think was actually a nice quote: "The depths of hell will look like the gates to heaven once Taker is finished with Lesnar on Sunday." Cue immediately Lesnar's music, and he comes out on the stage of the set. Heyman makes his introductions, and apparently Heyman and Lesnar were talking earlier and find it ironic that this Hell in a Cell match is sort of unique in that both men are looking for revenge. You know, Lesnar is looking for the revenge of the SummerSlam screwjob, if you will. And Taker's looking for the revenge of my client Brock Lesnar breaking the undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30. We're wheeling out that T-shirt again, kids. So Heyman says Lesnar will win, and then Taker will realize what it's like to live or die with a tainted legacy at the hands of Lesnar. Taker retorts and says that you don't realize that that's the wrong battle, because a man that has everything taken away from him becomes a man with nothing to lose. During this time, he's taking off his hat and his coat, basically prepping for a fight. So this obviously clicks Lesnar, and he decides to storm down the ramp. And Heyman's like going, no, please, don't do this. He's getting in your head. Don't do this. So then he's at ringside. Undertaker's obviously still waiting in the ring. Brock does his jump up to the ring apron. And again, Heyman is like going, please, God, he's using the mind tricks. Don't let him get into your mind. Come on. Enough. And then after a while, Lesnar just jumps off the apron and sort of walks back, noticeably still with his face facing Taker. He wasn't going to turn his back on him. And sort of laughing, and Heyman sort of thankful because, you know, I think he thought something was going to happen there that he couldn't really avoid. And Taker does his cutthroat pose in the ring. And that's the end of the segment, which, you know, I'd say is pretty strong.
I think it's really interesting in the fact that usually they jump to quick hashtags. Well, did you notice that during the entire segment, hashtag Stone Cold was up there, even during the stuff that didn't involve Austin at all?
No, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just making note of the words. You could actually look at the visuals and actually know. Well, they haven't bothered to change the pop. They haven't bothered to change the note. So progress.
I mean, they change at the drop of a hat, and tonight they just didn't care to change.
Perhaps it's a sign. The match is actually happening. For all I know, Lesnar probably has, suplex Stone Cold for a table. And Stone Cold's actually now pissed because he's like, he doesn't want a match and WWE's forcing his hand.
I guess it remains to be seen.
If we're talking about shooting. By the way, Brock Lesnar loves the gun. That's all you need to know. That's one of the best quotes so far from what I've seen. I can't imagine how people are going to take it and misconstrue it. Brock Lesnar's thoughts on JFK's assassination. I love the gun.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we're in Dallas.
Yeah, that's wrong.
At least it isn't the 23rd of November.
Oh, even worse. So
Trying
I
to
think
think,
that.
isn't that Survivor Series? That'd be awkward if Brock Lesnar's wrestling on Survivor Series. Apologies.
So my apologies, real quick, for the reverb I'm hearing. I'm hearing the feedback in the background, so
Uh-oh.
sorry about that.
But I can't really disconnect because otherwise Owen will be there on his own and there'll be trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. This was a good
Especially
way to.
when there's a Divas match because he's going to miss me, man.
Oh yeah, no lie. We are starting the show in an interesting way because obviously this is one of the main matches that is being hyped for the show. You haven't
No,
had.
you know how we're starting the show. Come on. You got to get it right. You got to do the national anthem. That's enough of that.
Right on. Yeah, I can tell this podcast isn't going to go very long. My apologies for my cold sinuses or whatever it is. Um, Basically, you really haven't had a chance to have these two face off in the ring. They've had a couple physical altercations, but this is the last chance to really push this feud building into the pay-per-view on Sunday. And I think it was serviceable, but I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing they could do. But probably the only thing they could have done, even though over the weekend in Mexico, The Undertaker teamed up with Kane against the Wyatt family.
That was weird.
Very weird.
The fact that, because this is sort of spoilers for the rest of the show, but it was announced during the show, and it was on WWE.com, that Corporate Kane was barred from appearing.
Yes.
So I'm immediately thinking, right, this means Demon Kane is showing up tonight. Nope.
Which
So I have
leaves
no clue what's going on there.
it leaves Seth Rollins without an opponent for Sunday.
Basically, it means all the hype that you did actually happened last week in Chicago
Yep.
rather than tonight. A lot of things happened with that Mexico tour that I think has screwed things over, which we'll get to because
Yeah.
there's quite a lot of crazy things that have been happening. So, speaking of crazy things, holy crap, John Cena's in the opening match.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I was, immediately when it was like, okay, this match is coming up next, I'm immediately going, but who's in the main event? Or who's filling up, the rest of the card for like the second and the third and the main event?
And his name is not John Cena.
Yeah. But yeah, it was 6-man tag action. New Day. Apparently claiming that all of Texas is booty.
Yeah, of course, because everything is booty.
Apart from Kofi, who declared it was ass. I don't know what that was about.
That was a really funny a funny exchange there. I really enjoyed that actually. So apparently they attacked.
I didn't make a word of sense of it, but I enjoyed it.
What? I've got it. Actually, this is before I lost my body decided it
You
wanted
paid
to
attention to the booty. What a surprise.
well. So first off, number one, there's a brand new T-shirt that just got released on WWE Shop. And basically, let's just say that the New Day is magic.
Feel the power.
Unicorns and rainbows and all sorts of awesomeness and cosmic things. And apparently, the trombone was destroyed over the Dudleys on Smackdown. Of course, I don't recap Smackdown, so I didn't know that until I was told this. And it was funny because Kofi was about to say the brass was used to kick your, and he pauses And Xavier says, PG show. And Kofi says, who cares? We're the New Day. And he yells ass at the top of his lungs.
Ass. Like, okay.
It's like that horrible Big Sean song. Um, this was entertaining. Really entertaining. The New Day is consistently something that you need to be watching on WWE programming. And I really think there's going to become a point that the New Day are going to end up like seeping back into NXT, since don't forget, that's where they came from. I think you'll see the New Day on all the programming before too long. And the crowd are clearly, like you said to me before, like I said, my body decided to give up on me, basically said that New Day rocks, even though they were playing it up as New Day sucks. So
Yeah.
they were getting a
Texas
good
likes
babyface
New Day.
reaction. Yeah, of course they do.
Oh, so much stuff was happening that the crowd were doing exactly the opposite of what WWE wanted.
Yes.
Throughout quite a lot of the night. Hell, there was even sort of cheering for Roman Reigns, which is like, blimey.
That is sad. I woke up literally and I heard that and I was like, good God, people, they really booked this right.
That's what woke you up. It was like, huh?
Yeah, sleepy time. Nope. What is going on? Yeah, okay,
Anyway,
now I'm seeing the card now.
Time to talk booty and sadly not chin locks.
No, this match was it was good. It was a good opening match. It was a hot match to kick off the show. It felt really weird to see Cena in the opening match, but hey, you know what? People can say what they want about Cena, and we defend him every week here on the podcast. I will say right now that Cena is good in any position they put him in, and having him curtain jerk was entertaining.
Well, do we need to bring up the interesting thing for Sunday?
Go right ahead.
Cena does have a US Open challenge for Hell in a Cell because it isn't happening tonight.
Yep.
So literally for this match, we don't have a clue who he's facing.
Nope.
All we do know is he's taking time off after it. So cue conspiracy theories that he holds onto the title, and because he won't be on the UK tour, he'll still be able to defend it in 30 days. So technically, it'll count.
Well, it's a possibility. I mean, it just kind of depends, honestly. You could have Cena retain at Hell in a Cell and then drop it with a promo on Raw.
Yeah. We need Ron Burgundy. Considering Raw's in San Diego, we need Ron Burgundy to get the belt.
Well, there's someone from San Diego, but he's a champion in another company right now, so.
What, Matt Hardy?
He's not a champion in another. Actually, that's not true. There's an indie promotion he's a champion for right now.
I think it could be worse. You could be doing a live show in India. What?
Speaking of that, Great Khali is a part of that.
What?
He is helping scout talent in India for TNA. Everybody always said the Great Khali in TNA was a joke, and yeah.
Great
I guess
Khali
not.
is doing good for India in terms of the wrestling stuff.
Yeah, he's basically just going to be like a consultant.
Associated with a company that's near death. From all I can tell. It's the fact that there's no reports on any sort of notification of TV deals. It is sort of, I don't know, what's the phrase? Worrying. Yeah, that's the one. Worrying.
Just a tad.
Yeah,
I like that.
You know what the number one phrase that Great Khali says all the time? And
his name is John Cena. So speaking of John Cena,
I think that was Khali's first ever loss, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the power of Cena. He makes you lose.
Cena with a great dive on the Big E on the floor. And then while all sorts of chaos was going crazy outside, Xavier Woods rolls up Devon with the tights and gets the 3 count. But this isn't over. Oh no, Cena and the Dudleys attack, and Cena AAs Xavier Woods. The Dudleys come in, they get the tables, and Devon and John Cena set up Xavier Woods for the super bomb. And I can't call it a super bomb because he didn't sit out with it. So basically, he just released power bombed him off the top.
No, it was the super bomb. It wasn't the Bubba bomb.
The Bubba, I tried to tell you, the Bubba bomb is a full Nelson lift up into a power bomb. Like a sit out full Nelson bomb is basically what a Bubba bomb is.
All I know is if Bubba does it in the sit out position, I call it a Bubba bomb.
If he does in a sit out position, it's a super bomb.
Anything else? If there's anything else, we'll just. I called it in the notes I got. I called it the Dudley power bomb.
Nice.
Because it involved the Dudleys and it was a power bomb. That's all you need to know.
Oh God. You sound like a commentator.
Dudley
Like, well, that's a wrist
does
lock.
sound like some fancy. Dudley power bomb does sound like a fancy dessert you'd get at the Ritz.
I think it sounds like an alcoholic drink.
True, it could be an alcoholic drink at the Ritz as well. They serve both.
That'll work. So apparently Randy Orton got attacked by the Wyatt family, and now he's off the entire card for Sunday.
Cue the conspiracy theories about failed drugs test.
Yeah, no one. Hey, I'll give it to them if that is actually
conspiracy.
If that,
the other one that's more exciting would be, what if it's Orton throwing his toys out the pram because he doesn't feel he needs to be on pre-show for a pay-per-view?
It's possible, I guess. I mean, when you have somebody like Randy Orton that obviously doesn't need to be in the opening match, even though, I don't know, John Cena did it tonight. I mean, that's a little bit.
It's not the opening match. It's on the pre-show.
It's the pre-show match, yeah.
It's the match they're giving away for free on YouTube if they're doing that.
Maybe
it's
Orton.
Not like it's the match which is actually opening the actual live show on the network or pay-per-view if you're getting it that way. It's the match where it's like, yeah, we don't really have much confidence in this, so we're giving it away for free. And Orton might be, I don't know. To be more like, it's probably more likely that, considering all his past misdemeanors, it's probably a failed drugs test.
Mm.
Or he's making another movie that we don't know about. He's probably filming that.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was a movie, then they would know his schedule, and I would think that they would know not to book him on a pay-per-view.
Either way, it's up in the air as to what's going on, supposedly, with Sunday.
A lot of things are.
Go up and we actually have the match scheduled.
Well, something that has nothing to do with Sunday, or does it, is the fact that there is going to be another call-up from NXT that's going to be happening very soon.
Ooh.
I'm very happy about this.
Reports about that. Not heard who, though.
Yes. Prince Pretty himself, Tyler Breeze, is coming to the main roster, finally.
That has me worried more than excited.
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking he may go down the Fandango path. And I hope not.
Hey, Fandango was so good today, it crashed.
Yeah. God, such a gimmick. Oh, we're going to release the tickets right, but during the football game. Okay, that's a good idea.
Oh, they did it over here at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I can't say that
the
for
website
mine.
Still crashed due to demand. Then the stupid bloody social media accounts were making people to try and go to the website for things other than Star Wars, not realizing that that's still traffic to the actual website. So people are still going to not be able to get where they want.
So what did you think of the opening match?
It was a decent match. Nothing high caliber. Nothing exceptional. That's like, I want to pay money for it.
House show main event.
No. Card filler for a go home show. That's what it felt like.
And that's what you don't need.
It was.
That's what you don't need. If you have a go home show, you really need to be putting over the matches you're going to see on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but that's the way I always feel. You're putting it over in matches which aren't going to jeopardize anybody. Hence why you had 3 6-man tags, a Divas tag, and trying to think the other 3 matches. Either way, it was only a couple of actual like singles matches.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody gave a damn about.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, so continuing on with the Orton stuff, Dean Ambrose is backstage and, hinting that apparently the Wyatt family is all behind this. Apparently, they attacked him or something.
Yeah.
So he's sick of all the crap, wants to deal with it tonight personally, and basically calls out Braun and Harper. And then the almighty music rings out. You can look, but you can't touch. And everyone's going, oh, God.
Ashley rant time.
Oh, God. Yeah. I thought it was going to be worse. It was a Nikki Bella's match. But no, it got even more worse because it's a Divas tag team match.
Ugh, yeah.
Yippee not. So it's Nikki Bella and Alicia Fox versus Naomi and Sasha Banks with Nia Jinx or whatever her name is. Nia Jax.
That is not Nia Jax. That is Tamina.
It will be Nia Jax in 12 months. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Just switch in and switch out. Nobody will notice because nobody will give a shit about half the people on the roster.
That's a shame, though.
It's just... I don't even want to rant about the Divas yet.
Oh, boy.
The storyline stuff gets better when we get... the storyline... I was the one that ranted last week about there being too many storylines. One interview might have created another 17.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Paige. God damn it. Anyway, the Divas match happened. It was okay. Which is surprising.
There was a chin lock at 8:48.
Oh, God. I take it back.
So Nikki finishes off with... Oh, excuse me. She finishes off Naomi with a rack attack and gets the 3 count. The first thing before she does this, she forearms Sasha off the ring apron because she's Lex Luger after all.
Yeah.
And Naomi is now using a corner bulldog, which is basically the Miz clothesline, but instead of a clothesline, it's a bulldog into the middle turnbuckle. And it was countered into the rack attack for the 3 count, and that's how the match ended. I mean, this match wasn't terrible, but I mean, we've seen it before.
That's the problem. It's basically most of the Divas division has now become Randy Orton versus Sheamus. As in, we haven't seen this, 2 weeks ago, have we? Nope. No. Oh, wait, we did.
Oh, God. I mean, like you said, it's 3 stables consistently fighting each other, and there's no cohesion to the storyline, and it just seems like so many things are jumbled with it, it's not even funny.
It's not even free. It's not even free now. It's so many.
See, there's a great way to end this storyline, but the question is, will they pull the trigger on it? If you saw on Instagram over the weekend, Summer Rae was hinting at joining the Bellas, and I was thinking, that's interesting. Totally throws out my idea if they go that route, but I mean, it gets summer TV time, which makes me happy. So I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to see Sasha in the ring. I am, and Naomi is decent, and Nikki is improving. Foxy is hit or miss. I mean, they really need to, what they need to do right now, number one, they're putting all their eggs in the Charlotte basket, and that's the wrong basket to put them in.
What they need to do is murder a lot of people.
Bring in Kong.
I can't even name who, because I feel some of the women have decided to bow down to the pressure of WWE writers and just want to be divas rather than wrestlers. Paige even more so, which hurts me.
Well, I think
I love that girl. I love that family, the Knight family. And the fact of the matter is, she's sort of, even with the fake boob job with her attire, she's become a diva. And I have nothing against a female figure. But it's just, hell, Playboy have realized that nudity isn't the big thing. They might do stylized nudity, as in, people covering up nipples and bush, like a burlesque show. But they aren't going to have full front or tits anymore. And that sort of thing needs to be done in this division. Okay, it's a bonus if, people want giant posters on their wall and fantasize about them. But if they're a good in-ring talent, that's more the thing that people are looking for at the minute. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that wank over posters of Ronda Rousey, but they wouldn't want to rank. They wouldn't want to rank over her in her face because she'd punch them out and make them tap in 10 seconds, like she's done in her last couple of fights.
True. So I guess we're going to move forward because apparently your rant about the women's division in WWE is going to be a little bit later.
It's more appropriate because of what's said.
Agreed.
Anyway.
We see Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the back, and they're talking, and that, of course, is going to lead us to our next segment.
Yeah. That's just here. They also said about how Corporate Kane was suspended. And then the letdown, of course, that there was no Kane at all on the show. It's a shame Aaron isn't here at the minute because I just want him to go. He must be in Hawaii.
Hawaii!
So Shawn comes out, talks about, he's had a lot of experience in the Hell in a Cell. And he faced Taker that day. And 18 years later, Taker's going back into the cell once again to face Lesnar. But, of course, that's not the only cell match, as Roman Reigns will be aiming to get his redemption over Bray Wyatt. Apparently that's the thing. And says that, those are the two standout matches. Cue Seth Rollins music saying, come on, why are you out here? And as you said, Owen, it's like, good question.
Yeah, there's really no point.
Apparently, because of the orders given by Triple H, he was supposed to be introduced by Shawn. But HBK basically says, I've been given instructions from the back there for 20 years. And every time I've got to the ring, I've completely forgotten them. And Seth says, look, you got the orders from Triple H, the boss. And you don't want to mess with him. Whatever's between you is personal. But the cell matches don't matter. It's all about the man stealing the show, beating Kane, finishing him off once and for all. He's going to prove that he is the new HBK 2.0. So then Sean retorts with, well, if I heard that phrase and got a nickel every time somebody said it, I'd be a millionaire. And says, the interesting thing is, I never wanted to be a second version of a great superstar. Like your Flairs, like your Harley Races, like your name redacted because we can't say the HH name. Yes, Horace Hogan. But then brings up Kane and says, he's been running rings in the last few weeks, which is fair. And Seth says, look, I'll deal with him on Sunday. I'll finish him off. I'm done talking. Where's my music? Nothing happens. And of course, Seth's getting robbed by this. Sean responds saying, well, that's what you get for being a version 2.0. You're not going to get the response you want. However, being an original, I sort of do have the swing to set that up. But, there's no point in you going anywhere, Seth, because you're going to be in a match right now against Ryback. Now cue my music. Heartbreak Kid's Sexy Boy rings out. And everyone in commercial goes, oh, God, we're getting Rollins Ryback again.
That's not the main point, though. The one thing you forgot to mention was the fact that Shawn Michaels ate the pizza and drank the soda from a fan at ringside.
I didn't want to do that because technically, if that fan was planted and Shawn Michaels dies of poisoning.
Ooh. And the WWE.
Oh, God.
Problem?
I've been poisoned.
Oh, no.
Damn it, that fan. He got me instead.
And the only thing you can think of only thing I can think of right now is the fact that when you go to a live event, where you go to anything that is a WWE show, they have collectible cups. And for the longest time, they had like a myriad of people on these collectible cups, and I'm sure they still do. But there was a collectible cup that I actually saw, and it had the ugliest picture of Roman Reigns I've ever seen.
Perhaps he wanted to get a drink and a bite to eat because the catering was shit.
Oh, God. My notes simply say, ugly-ass Roman cup.
Because I'm pretty sure the last time catering was in Texas, some bloke called Del Rio was in the company.
Yeah.
And something might have happened.
Might have happened. This was a really good put over for Seth Rollins, and it's the same thing that Edge did for Rollins too. I mean, they're really building him up to be the man in the company in storyline and like overall. It's too bad that his title reign hasn't been the greatest, but I mean, it's had some stellar matches, but box office wise, it's just the proof is in the pudding right now, honestly, and that's a shame because Rollins has been a confident champion, but it's just not showing in like the ratings. Unfortunately, the Raw ratings lately, I've noticed, have been down like exponentially.
Yeah, it's not been stellar.
No, not at all.
More interstellar.
If only.
Well, no, because that was good. Take it back.
So this obviously leads to Seth Rollins and Ryback.
Yeah.
Ryback still sporting his Feed Me Cure pink and white singlet. Welcome, Mr. Entertainment.
Thank you. Sorry for my late absence.
No worries. We're all kind of like limping along tonight.
He's being a rock star. Boo.
I'll call you Spud from now on, then.
I don't feel like a rock star horse, but tonight, unfortunately.
Call him the proper name. Call him Potato.
Well, considering the fact that I am basically like fighting death right now, it's kind of like I don't either. So I understand your plight.
Yeah. So, what part are we at of the show? Because I didn't see most of it, actually.
Oh, good. We're almost on the same page. We're at Seth Rollins and Ryback right now.
Yes. Was that in the second hour? That'll test me if I was watching.
No.
See?
Was it?
Attention tonight.
No, wait a minute. Actually, was it the beginning of the second hour?
Yeah.
there
The whole segment before the match was actually secondary. Yeah.
Yeah, I read 920 side scissors chinlock. Okay, good.
Chinlock, yes.
And I was on the phone during that segment between Shawn Michaels and Seth Rollins. How dare me? I should have been off the phone because I heard it was a great promo from what I read on Twitter.
It was.
Yeah.
They're really like aiming to put Rollins over with all these names of the past that actually were able to go and have a huge fan base. Like basically what they did with Shawn tonight. It's kind of like what Jericho has done, what Edge has done, what Christian has done, and even what Bret Hart has done in the past.
Yeah.
So this match was a match. I really like the fact that Ryback used the over-the-shoulder power slam out of a swing. I thought that looked good, and he set up the meat hook, did Ryback later on in the match. Rollins powdered out, and he nails Ryback in the ribs, hits the pedigree, 1, 2, 3, and the guy that's challenging for the Intercontinental Championship on Sunday loses clean as a sheet.
I would say stupid, but I'm not. But it does make Ryback look weak, I guess, in a sense of the challenger, like you said, how you said it, the challenger lost to the World Heavyweight Champion who's challenging for an Intercontinental Championship, which is a level down where Seth Rollins is in terms of weight class.
Well, the thing about it is you also have to look at the perspective of that wasn't the last time we saw Ryback on the show tonight.
On what?
That wasn't the last time we saw Ryback on the show tonight.
Oh, that's true.
All right. So, Ashley, continue. And a few, real quick, your thoughts on Rollins and Ryback.
It was a match. It happened.
It happened, yeah, exactly.
It's a go-home show. Nothing exciting gonna happen unless, one of the Bellas gets murdered.
Oh, God.
Bloodthirsty.
We've killed Vince McMahon off before.
That is a very fair point.
Once, and then another time it failed because he was just like, Paul, I can't feel my legs, Paul.
He's like Will Ferrell and Austin Powers. You just can't kill him.
We're going to find out if we blew him up. Oh, I'm back.
Then we get Dean Ambrose facing Luke Harper and Strowman confirmed. Which will get complicated later, ladies and gentlemen. So then they're talking about the Lana Rusev Summer Rae storyline. Including apparently what went on Smackdown with Summer Rae wanting Ziggler and Ziggler saying, I ain't messing with no gold digger.
Oh, God.
I couldn't believe that feud actually continued on SmackDown. It was bad enough we saw it once a week on Raw, but it actually continued on SmackDown. The fact...
Yeah, but you noticed what happened tonight?
Not really.
Yeah, it was a match. Had absolutely nothing to do with storyline.
Like, this is key storyline. And my fact of the matter was, hang on. We're still trying to angle this as if Rusev is the heel.
Yeah, it's not good.
What is the fucking point?
I'll give you the crowds.
Clearly, Ziggler isn't interested.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. He's interested in that US title in 6 days. And if it doesn't happen, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Then again, he's going to be busy.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, we saw somebody wrestle twice tonight, so...
Do we think we are witnessing the burial of Rusev?
There's a lot of rumors right now saying that he's got heat with the writing staff right now, and I mean, you take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I mean, but even if that's true, I mean, I would too. I mean, you're booking me in this soap opera crap. I would have heat too.
Oh my God.
There were a lot of rumors from the dirt sheets that basically Rusev could have got all but murdered tonight. Both physically and metaphorically. By the looks of it, they didn't do that.
No.
But, that in mind for 6 days' time.
And the interaction between Rusev and Dolph tonight in the match basically was just like a regular interaction between two superstars facing off. It wasn't people that have like a blood feud or anything like that. So they're just kind of like pushing it under the carpet right now.
I'm glad I missed that. That sounds more of like a brawl in a promo almost, or like a little shuffle instead of a match.
No.
Oh, I got
no, the match, that's a different story, but their interactions in the match, that's what I'm referring to.
Oh, okay.
So this leads into your second six-man of the night, with Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville taking on King Barrett, Rusev, and the artist formerly known as King Sheamus.
Real quick, I want to make note of the fact that Neville was wearing Daniel Bryan colors tonight.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the circulation of repertoire. Joe, it's like Samoa Joe. He can't come out in the same ring attire every week, otherwise people will just think he's a dirty son of a bitch.
Well, I saw a tweet and the crowd, I guess, thought, like, he's from the UK, but the crowd chanted USA?
No, they were doing a USA chant because Rusev was in the ring. This is a match with an American, a Swissman,
right,
and a Brit are taking on a Brit, an Irishman, and a Bulgarian. So, and the fact of the matter is, it was Neville and Rusev in the ring, and they were doing a USA chant.
Yeah, I didn't see that part, but I saw tweets about it, and it made me like shake my head.
Shake your balls instead. That's what it should have been.
This match was solid. So much so that Ashley informed me something that I completely glossed over because I did not even hear it, in the fact that this is going to be your new kickoff match for Sunday.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they announced it at the end when they did the hype for Lesnar Taker again. Chapter 1.
Yeah. So I guess sometimes WWE does look at social media or pay attention to people what they're saying because, they knew they did wrong with the kickoff match that they set up last week, and to have a new kickoff show match announced the week of the pay-per-view, they knew they did wrong because
they clearly didn't listen. They gave us another tag match.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Well, that's a good.
I know Teddy Long is just, going, come on.
He's Homer Simpson right now.
Hey, Brock Lesnar loves the gun.
Yeah, he does.
For those wondering, there was no tease of Lesnar and Stone Cold at WrestleMania from the podcast. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I'm not surprised because I don't think it's happening.
No.
Well, I was kind of surprised because, then that means they really trolled the fans really well. Well, I mean, they meaning Stone Cold and Heyman. So I thought they were going to work with it, or at least bring it up. Not do like a shoot promo, but at least bring it up, because wrestling fans don't forget.
You're supposed to forget, but we don't.
Exactly. Just like we're supposed to forget 2 months from now that Randy Orton was attacked in Mexico.
Oh, God.
which is not really funny to joke about because he could have been kidnapped in Mexico. That does happen.
Like Samoa Joe.
Hey, Randy Orton is not going to be a victim of Sicario.
Good point. No,
Unless,
he's
of course,
not.
he's taken the crystal meth, and that would explain his 90-day disappearance for drug offenses again.
This is all purely speculation. We're not going to allude to the fact that Randy Orton may or may not have failed a wellness policy test. I mean, that's just what Ashley
If he
is
does,
saying.
and he's away for 90 days, weirdly, that's just in time for the Royal Rumble.
Exactly.
That would be odd because I had a person tweet me back and quoted me in a tweet saying, "Well, he wasn't scheduled for Mexico." I said, "Well, that's not the." I didn't respond to them yet, but I am going to respond later and say, "Well, that's not the point. The point that they're making a story."
That might be more pointing to they might be doing. Wasn't he doing a movie shoot?
That was the last thing he was doing before.
Yeah, that was the last thing he was doing. Yeah.
I wonder whether they called him in for reshoots or something.
That's possible.
Isn't
They
the
don't
movie
want
already
anybody
out?
to know because they can't imagine that wrestlers aren't wrestling because Cena wrestles all the time. Apart from all those weeks he was off doing train wreck.
Yeah.
Isn't the movie due out soon? Because I thought I saw a poster for what was he starring in? The Condemned 2?
Every movie's out soon.
Because I saw a poster
when the voice
for
of Olaf is writing the Gorgeous George biopic, you're screwed.
He's a wrestling fan, though, so, I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but so is Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Whereas I call him Ass, because that's his initials.
It really is, actually.
Anyway, the six-man tag was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was.
Why they're going to give it away for free on Sunday, no clue.
Wow.
A couple things you could take from this match. Excuse me. So Dolph went in for the name dropper, and it misses the first time on Barrett. So he goes for it a second time, and he barely gets enough of it. So it kind of looked more like a curb stomp, honestly. He sets up for the super kick. He gets shoved off. Barrett goes for winds of change. Gets countered into a crucifix roll-up. Right into the super kick. And this time, all hell's breaking loose everywhere outside the ring. Neville with a springboard swanton. Knocks everyone down on the outside. Dolph with a roll-up in the ring. Meanwhile, Sheamus brogue kicks Dolph through the middle rope. And Barrett steals the win. I love this Wade Barrett-Sheamus team.
Oh, it is starting to grow on you?
The DX bouncers. Yes.
DX bouncers for life.
Oh,
I like Wade Barrett a lot. And don't forget, Sheamus still has that pesky briefcase he could cash in anytime he wants. Think about that for tonight.
As much as I like New Day, I think they're probably going to get broken apart because they're too successful. And if anything, if you want the Dudleys to go up against a tag team that are different, it's got to be the tag team of the future, which is, of course, Los Matadores. Or,
no,
in a
DX
second
bouncers.
thought, it could be, Team DX Bouncers.
DX bouncers for life.
DX Bouncers, yes.
Heck yeah, DX bouncers.
That is a good card.
Aaron, did you get a chance to check this match out?
No, because
Okay.
I heard the names and it.
We're talking about the Sting Ric Flair match from Nitro.
if you
question
mention
is,
Ric Flair,
which
I
Nitro?
did see Ric Flair tonight. No, but I didn't even know Sheamus and Bear were on the show.
Well, we haven't even talked about Ric Flair yet. We're about to in a bit.
Yeah, that part I saw. Well, actually, the backstage segment with Ric Flair and HBK, I saw. And that,
I was asleep by then, so go ahead.
Oh, whoa! That brought back memories for me. HBK and Shawn Michaels, HBK and Ric Flair for good reason.
Ashley and I talked about this. Shawn Michaels isn't much of an attraction anymore.
Sadly, you guys somewhat have a point, because it doesn't seem like he gets the pop like he used to.
We're in Texas. He should have got a great reaction, and he didn't.
You're in the wrong part of Texas. San Antonio. They're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, but haven't they even brought him in when they're not in Texas, or anytime he shows up on the show, they're in Texas for sure?
It's like Ashley brought this point up, and I think I'll agree with it. When it comes down to it, we know we're never going to get Shawn back in the ring, so we don't care as much.
Whenever he wants to shoot the shit out of something, he shows up.
Yeah.
Because Brock Lesnar loves the gun.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
thing we need to remember.
Continue.
That's the quote of the day, kids.
This tweet's for Owen, but Brock Lesnar won't be on Up, Up, Down, Down anytime soon.
Ah.
Afraid I got some bad news.
Jesus. I just like Kofi saying ass. It was hilarious.
I don't know whether he's an NFL guy. Especially considering how that worked so badly for him.
Very true.
These
Which he brought up in his interview, so you can't say it's harsh.
These are funny.
All right, so Ashley, we're moving on to our next segment.
They announced that Miz TV's coming back to Smackdown with Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae.
Oh.
And then I'm going, just let the storyline die.
Oh my God.
Please. Or am I going to have to rape another 59 bullocks?
Wait a minute. I got a great way to do this. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned for Sega. What if Summer Rae brings Tyler Breeze to deal with Dolph Ziggler?
I don't think that would happen on SmackDown. That would happen on Raw, right?
Who knows at this point?
I mean, there's talk about making SmackDown live every week, and then it's changing networks next year early, so...
I don't care about SmackDown.
Yeah, I know.
No.
But...
The problem is if you bring Tyler Breeze up, there'll just be a chant that goes, "You are twins. You are twins."
You have to have Breeze up on the main roster before Zoolander 2 comes out. You know that.
Yeah, but the problem is you already did. They were called Fandango and Adam Rose.
And they got over for a while, and then the fans tired of them. Fans are fickle.
You'd have thought tonight, of all nights, Fandango would be over.
Fandango was on.
You'd have thought they could have done jokes like, "God damn it, Fandango's crashing about backstage all over the place. Why won't he stop crashing?"
I believe the word merchandise horse comes to mind when I think of why Fandango was crashing all over the place. Aaron got that.
No, I'm just like baffled at these like statements coming out of the Stone Cold podcast. It's funny.
It's still going on.
No. But Brock Lesnar uses profanity a lot, but we already know that.
All you need to know, it wasn't in a galaxy far, far away.
I like that one. It's funny because The Force Awakens trended, like immediately took the lead away from Raw. Like we knew it would.
Well, yeah.
But I just thought that was funny. And then there was like
Would you address that with the people boycotting it because it's racist?
Oh yeah, I couldn't. I didn't look at those hashtags or any of those tweets. I'm not a big Star Wars fanatic, but really, is that going to work? Like, you're going to get a hashtag. Did that hashtag even trend at all today? Boycott Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh my God, people need a life.
It shows you how much people really didn't give a shit about Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And that they didn't even care about the fact that there was, equality in that as well in the casting.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so we are moving on now.
To call it ooh.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go on that ride, but oh wait, it's closed.
It's woo back. So Flair says he's got a lot of history in Dallas, brings up the Von Erichs and the Freebirds and can't remember who else. But then says, the biggest party's coming with WrestleMania 32, which nobody can buy tickets for unless they're basically international. So, bleh.
You can buy tickets the day Spectre comes out in the U.S.
But then he says that things are going to get busy tonight, as he's just heard that Dean's partner for tonight, given that Randy Orton is MIA, missing an Adderall. Because that's the only drug that I can think of for the beast. Dean's partner tonight is going to be Roman Reigns.
What?
It turns out, Owen, all that weird shit I was saying before sort of made sense.
Yeah, it really did.
I said Jericho, and it's like, well, no, because that's a Roman Reigns thing, and then, oh, look, it's Roman Reigns. And then of course, during Raw, I noticed the report suggesting that he's had his last match for a while in the company. Which
Yeah, I
means
saw
he'll be
that.
back at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, he's gonna be back for the Rumble?
He could be back anytime. He could be back yesterday. You just didn't know it.
Has he ever been a surprise entrant in the Rumble before?
Yeah, number 2
Yeah.
when against Ziggler
Oh,
2 years ago when he came back for the 14th time. So
Yeah, for the
Roman
14th time.
makes his way to the ring. Then the Wyatts interrupt and appear at ringside. Roman thanks Rick for the introduction, but then turns his attention to the Wyatts. Now, here's the thing that's worth noting. With the Wyatts, you've got the black sheep that is Braun Electric Razor, or whatever we're calling him this week.
Okay.
But then there is no sign of Luke Harper.
Nope.
All we get is the random return of Eric Rowan, and everyone's like, what?
Wasn't he a babyface and a vintner, and he had intelligence the last time that we saw him before he came off?
The shit's gone stupid again now.
Yes.
The shit's gone stupid again.
Now here's the question I ask you, Ashley: is that you think it may have something to do with the awesome picture that was tweeted out by Chris Jericho?
I thought you said the question that matters is, will it blend?
Oh God, I hope not. Did you see that awesome picture Jericho tweeted out?
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
So
I
Roman
just
grabs
read it,
2
got to read
chairs from ringside, sets them up in the seated position in the ring, and basically wants a one-on-one, face-to-face talk with Bray. Which Bray, accepts and says, Bray will be truly afraid of him on Sunday when he's trapped in the cage room. And so much so that he cheap shots him. So it truly is a case of, whose side is who on now? Huh? So manages to take out Braun and Eric as well with the chair. Noticeably, I think he gave Braun a chair shot to the head.
He did, which means he's going to pay a fine for that.
Somebody's gonna get fined in the morning.
Whoa, what happened? Who's gonna get a fine?
Roman.
Why?
Because he hit Braun in the head with the chair.
Oh, I saw it.
Unless Braun gets fined for not getting his arm up in time.
Yeah, it could be
possible.
Both, because they fined both Triple H and Undertaker.
Yeah, well they were both involved in the spot. The other one had to clear it with the other one.
Exactly.
True.
Believe that. And then Dean comes in looking for backup. Coming for the backup as the Wyatts look to be gaining control because obviously they had a 3-on-1 advantage. But they sort of stand firm in the ring. As we cut to backstage, and it's Seth and the Authority, and Seth's talking about his match on Sunday, and of course, all the authority are worried about is, what's best for business, and they know that the odds are pretty up against Roman and Dean at this minute, with 3 of the Wyatt family being there, and that obviously could jeopardize the cell match between Roman and Bray, and that's of course their first priority. So HBK comes in and says, thanks for letting me be a part, but hey, why don't you get Seth to help them out? And Seth goes, well, I have already wrestled tonight. Did you see what I did to Ryback? I'm the champion. I don't need it. And Triple H and HBK are all, but it's all about protecting him. But basically, it goads him in such a way that Seth is like, all right, I'll prove you wrong. I'm going to team up with Reign and Ambrose tonight and help them out. So I guess inadvertently, we have now actually created the Wyatt family versus the Shield. Except not in the way that anybody was thinking.
No, not at all. Well, in one ways, yes, but in the other way, no.
So yeah, that happened. Then, I'm trying to think, was that the 3rd hour? Yeah, it was the top of the 3rd hour.
Yeah, because we're going into our next
one. Then we had... Yeah. Charlotte versus Brie Bella. Hang on. I need to clip. God damn it. So
for Divas matches, we have to tweet the hashtag of who's in the match instead of Total Divas because that's off season. And unfortunately, that's going to get another season. Again, unfortunately.
So the match happens.
I'm telling you, they're really putting all their eggs in the basket of Charlotte, and that's not the person who should be leading this revolution.
At first, yeah, but then when you have Sasha Banks, someone like her come onto the scene, when is she going to get her shine? It's only she went back to NXT TakeOver Respect to take on Bayley, okay?
Yeah.
And she had her moment to shine. I don't see that. I haven't seen that happen. And how many months has Sasha Banks been on the main roster now? Since May, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The only reason half of the Divas locker room is there is because the producers and the writers need to be pleasured.
Oh, God.
I always remember that quote from Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
It's those types of women that get ahead. Get ahead. Get ahead in business.
Plumbers don't wear ties. Oh, my God. What a reference.
So, but did we mutually agree that Sasha Banks should have been the Divas champion first and not Charlotte? Well, Charlotte was the Divas champion. Oh, I'm sorry, Women's champion. Because God forbid I call the Divas championship Divas championship.
In essence, it should have been Becky Lynch. Because
that's interesting.
In essence, Sasha and Charlotte didn't need it. They already had a women's title.
Yeah.
She got brought up with fuck all. But, Becky had some damn good matches, I will say. And she's a damn good wrestler. But she came up with no title. Not even a day or something.
Right. And then she earned my respect when she faced even Sasha for the Women's Championship. That was an awesome match. She tried her hardest out there.
Yep. So the match happens.
It wasn't a terrible match, but it was just a match. It didn't really mean anything. The match
happens. That's enough.
Yeah.
Nothing exceptional. Nothing really shit until we get to the end.
Yeah, you want to talk about that, honestly. I know you do.
So yeah, Renee's backstage basically asking Paige about the whole PCB situation,
This was the most fun
and then
backstage
turns to
video.
Natalia. Because apparently on Smackdown she got attacked or something. And the last person to have had contact with her in any shape or form was Paige. So of course, there's an idea that she was behind it, and then basically Paige goes on the defensive, basically saying, "Well, it could be anybody, be any of the current divas. It could be Lana or Summer Rae. You don't see them about, or perhaps even Sasha or Naomi, or perhaps it's a diva that's gone, like Caitlyn or Eve Torres or Trish or Lita. She's here all the bloody time."
I was waiting for her to say
And then
AJ Lee, but I was like,
Smack Talk's been coming from Alundra Blaze. So then I'm going, wait,
Yeah.
you're literally starting 5 different storylines at the same time here.
that's such a good point.
So now, to add to the list, we have, I think, give or take, 15 different storylines going on at the same time.
That sounds about right.
All of these things are not like the other things. All of these things just don't belong.
Oh, God. That sounder's been missed.
Hashtag Divas failed propaganda experiment.
Oh, God.
It was a fun backstage segment, but how Ashley just put it into that perspective makes that segment seem like not worthless, but just make no sense whatsoever. Because it was a fun
Hashtag Divas failed propaganda experiment. Not revolution.
No, it's not a revolution.
No, definitely not.
If it was a Divas revolution, it'd be like, the U.S. Civil War in the 1700s or whatever.
Mm.
Not like the revolution of North Korea with our great glorious leader and that parade procession thing that they had last week.
I guarantee some wrestlers.
In essence, the North Korea parade is what the Divas revolution is.
Ouch.
It's making you think it's a revolution, but in actual fact, it's just moving a few people up because they want you to forget that they're probably going to axe about 4 or 5 divas within the next few months.
Now, you guys know how IWC reacted to that backstage segment. They were probably like, oh my God, Renee Young's going to become a wrestler now. That was a whole new side of her tonight.
Oh, yeah, because then we have the 16th storyline going on. Oh, God.
Aha.
He's trying to put me in shit.
What? That was not English, ladies and gentlemen. Not even close.
No, it's Yonglish.
Younglish.
Yeah, oh, that's
Yonglish.
He sounds like the Big Show.
Oh, God.
You all think I should retire?
Speaking of Big Show, another person that doesn't know whether to be heel or face, Mark Henry.
Oh. I didn't see most of this match, but I did see the replay though. We're getting into that, so whoa.
Hang on. Well, Mark Henry took on Kevin Owens, so it's only appropriate that, depending which one you like or which one you don't like, we have to play this clip.
Sure, it's a part of wrestling, but you gotta look at the person that's making the threat. This fat son of a bitch has been world champion before, been in this business 15, 20 I'll make him bleed.
Yeah, this match was basically done to showcase the fact that Mark Henry is in his home state. And one major thing that
Somebody's
came out
gonna
of the
get a
match,
jobber match. Somebody's gonna get a jobber match.
somebody's going to get their ass kicked.
Somebody's going to get
And
their ass
it's
picked
the one
up.
with Owen's name.
Yeah.
I say somebody's going to get their ass picked up.
Mark Henry
The great thing is, the great thing is the commentators were like, "Oh my God, he did a pop-up powerbomb," when it was like, he lifted him about 2 inches off the ground.
That's all you can do with Mark Henry, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they're doing it as if it's like, "Oh my God, he's lifted 1,000-pound weight the size of my penis." Yeah.
God.
Oh my dad, why?
My God.
That's Vince for you. He likes boasting. Yeah, Divas
Oh.
Revolution. It's as big as his penis.
Oh.
So
Oh,
by that,
God.
obviously, because the Divas Revolution is fake, it means he's got a prosthetic dick.
Oh my God.
We cannot back you up
He's
on
Mark
that.
Wahlberg in Boogie Nights. That's what he is.
Well, no. Maybe Kevin Dunn can back up Vince on that. So.
Oh, God.
Oh, hang on. Let's get the opinion on Kevin Dunn.
Threats are part of wrestling. But you look at the person that's making the threats.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
It's an okay match. That's all you need to know.
He broke out the JYD offense because he basically used a bunch of headbutts.
And he said, "I've been a bully for 19 years." I'm like, yeah, sexual chocolate was bullying. Creating Mae Young's hand was bullying. I see that as mental torture, personally. Oh, and quick thoughts on Mae Young's hand at the minute.
Oh, God.
And actually, quick thoughts on what Acer said in the chat. He said the returning white sheep, that is Eric Rowan, the black sheep, that is Braun Strowman. Oh, that's racist. You're the white sheep versus
Just be
black
thankful
sheep.
Luke Harper isn't the brown sheep.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, they're gonna split up and do a feud between those two. Next year, I bet. Next year.
Yeah, so after this match was over, Kevin Owens tried to escape when Ryback came down, and sure enough, Mark Henry threw him back in the ring, and Ryback powerbombed Kevin Owens.
Feed me more, feed me more, feed me gullible shit.
Feed me less. I really I can't stand the guy. I told him. That.
You don't like him because he blocked you.
Whoa.
No, I didn't like him before he blocked me. That's
You're just angry. An angry little man.
Oh my God.
This is
that
what
voice
happens when
though.
you're on very little sleep, ladies and gentlemen.
So can we bring up the fact, something that wasn't on Raw tonight that they've been hyping up lately, and the fact that Adam Rose apparently is turning into Donnie Darko?
Oh.
Does this mean he's gonna get speared by an aeroplane?
And his name is John Cena.
This means he's gonna get speared by an aeroplane blade.
Oh God. I hope not.
Actually, no, it wouldn't make sense. The Donnie Darko thing wouldn't make sense because he's already killed the rabbit.
Well, obviously the rabbit is haunting him at all times.
You know,
Yeah, but we're not seeing the rabbit anymore.
Yeah, you do. Have you seen that it's in the background?
I've seen his gimmick at NXT taping on my birthday last month, and it just, I know what the gimmick is, but it just doesn't make any sense. He's making fun of a gimmick he played himself when he's playing himself.
It's the right to censor for a new millennium.
And you know what he said on Twitter today to a person? They said, "Why'd you stop the party?" He's like, "I didn't stop it. You did."
Which is true, technically.
Hashtag bring back Paul Burchill.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I just think we just should get Leo Kruger back.
I like that, but I think that
Exactly. Yes.
he's trying to make a name for himself as Adam Rose. I mean, if you watch that E60 special, you really got to feel for him personally.
Oh yeah, no, I feel for him. So now I'm not frustrated with him anymore. I'm frustrated with creative, unless he had some input.
The only person who rose at Adam Rose is Pat Patterson.
Oh, God.
Ashley's on fire tonight.
Oh,
So-
breaking news on Pat Patterson.
Oh my god. Oh, come on. He was my favorite on Legends House. I cried with him.
Legends House.
Yeah. Fact of the matter is, though. It's like Big Donnie and $5 Wrestling.
Freight Train and $5 Wrestling. Yeah.
He was gonna do it again. I was just waiting for it.
Hang on, got another one. Dixie Carter in TNA.
TNA in India, partnering with the Great Khali.
We might have to cover that, just because we might want to laugh.
I really did not know what to think of that. We all knew it was coming.
December the 4th. It's the perfect Christmas present. No, it's the perfect Hanukkah present. Let's be respectful of religions. Yeah. It's gonna be a candle made out of shit on the top of the candle thing.
Wow.
God.
And then these tapings, before we get back into Raw, these tapings are going to be TV and one night only, correct?
There is a one night only taping.
And there's
the
Impact
Friday
Wrestling
one's
taping.
live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a live
from India.
December 4th. It's got
As
like
in
some type
live.
It has some
As
type
in,
of-
they're idiots.
Exactly.
Has he improved at all?
2 days
Because
before, I think, is somewhat TV tapings, and I think one night only.
Ashley, has he improved at all? Because when I remember watching him in TNA, he probably needed to touch a ring about as much as Rob Terry did.
Who are we talking about again?
Shira, I believe is his name now. The artist formerly known as Koya.
I really don't get the push for him. I really don't.
They need somebody to push in India, apparently.
Yeah. But in America, he doesn't need to be pushed.
Some shit needs to happen.
I mean, it's not because he's from India. It just doesn't make sense. The American audience is not gonna, the audience for Impact Wrestling is so low. It is a joke. It's over 100,000 people. I remember when they debuted, it was almost 400,000 people. It's almost like they're losing their fan base, and TNA just doesn't see that. They just keep going on with their lives.
That's all you really can do, though, honestly. You have to just keep on trucking, basically, at best, the best way to put it. Because, I mean, they're not going to change it overnight. There's really not much they can do, so obviously they just have to deal with what they have, and what they have is, it is what it is.
That's the thing. I know they don't have to change it overnight, but if the ratings are going down even more, and they're the lowest they've ever been since they debuted on the network, what is there else to do? If I was TNA, I would just fold up. Seriously. I mean, NXT is just taking away their roster anyway, so. Who's next? Eric Young? I wouldn't be surprised.
He dropped one of my good friends on his head over the weekend. Thank you.
Who?
He sneak attacked him and pile drove him.
What? A pile driver?
Yes, because Eric Young likes to pile drive people.
Who would he pile drive? Is this the concession stand incident with a legend? I heard
No, it was the same weekend, actually, the AIW show with the Terry Funk destroying the concession stand. It was a Remix Pro show that weekend as well.
Well, Eric Young's awesome, so I don't give Eric Young any crap.
I like Eric Young too. He dropped my friend on his head, so he's gonna have some Jock Sampson justice coming his way.
Eric Young does like to pile drive people, and sometimes he's not careful with it. But
then again, this is the one that called TNA fans ignorant fucks for hating on the product.
That was hilarious. We had to defend him too.
that was so funny. That
Why?
podcast was hilarious.
Yeah, that podcast was hilarious. I agree.
He can defend himself by deleting a tweet and imagining it never happened. Oh wait, he actually did that.
Oh, isn't that the Kurt Angle way to deal with things?
No, that's saying your Twitter got hacked.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, Eric Young didn't say his Twitter was hacked. He was just like, I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore. Delete tweet.
Oh yeah.
So Renee's backstage.
Renee.
Talking about, is this a Shield reunion of sorts? What with you and Roman and Dean? And he's like, well, we don't like each other, so I can't really say that. But to be honest, it's all about proving that he's the man, and proving he's better than everybody else. And if he has to take them out and deal with them, he will do. And apart from the hype for Hell in a Cell and all that stuff, we then basically came into Roman, Ambrose, and Rollins versus the Wyatts, which was not too bad a match, I will say. I'm guessing we're going to have to do this. Owen lost all consciousness.
Yeah, I pretty much just woke up and I saw spears. I heard the Shield theme, and the next thing you know, I woke up and I heard Ed O'Neill's voice watching Modern Family. I was like, "Oh my God, it's almost 11:30. We need to go live."
It was pretty good, and the finish came with Strowman locking in his submission, death hold thing. But Dean came to the rescue with a Singapore cane.
That's okay. I did see that.
And whacked him over. I think he even snapped the cane, and Braun was like, or, something like that. I don't know.
So he's gonna eat him or something.
So then the Wyatts take out Dean. But then, of course, Roman manages to overpower them all by himself, which makes you wonder, why the shit is Dean Ambrose there?
Yeah.
And gave a spear to Wyatt and a spear to Rowan. By the way, no sign of Harper at all tonight then.
Nope.
Despite the fact he's advertised. Nope. And then Roman and Dean stand tall in the ring. They cut to backstage where obviously the Lesnar podcast being recorded, and that's it. Yeah. What an exciting show that wasn't.
I will say though, they really hyped Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt more than any other match on the show. I care a lot more about that match than any other. Yeah, the crowd were really into Roman Reigns. Oh yeah. Yeah,
the crowd cheered for Brie Bella.
That's just like so.
The crowd didn't, according to the WWE, the crowd didn't say New Day sucks. I could keep using that for tonight's show, but then again, I need to see the Star Wars trailer, because who gives a fuck about this?
Yeah, we're not doing any 4-hour podcast tonight.
No, sir.
Hang on, I need to see what happened in the football, because even if the football score was like 107-0, probably would have been more entertaining. So I need to check it out.
I can't believe that someone was actually telling me on Twitter that I need to watch the Star Wars trailer, and it was during Raw. I think I should have done that, because if the Star Wars trailer was that good, I probably could have watched it for the rest of Raw.
Yeah. You could have just watched it on loop for the 3 hours and seen like 20 different things.
I'm not even a Star Wars fanatic.
I still haven't seen it. You know what's happening straight after this podcast, everybody?
I'm not even a Star Wars fanatic. I'll probably become a fan once this movie comes out.
That's a dangerous statement to make online, Aaron. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Once this movie comes out, I'll become one.
Well, because, like, I grew up watching a couple, okay? Like, I remember the one with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. I was very fascinated with that scene. I owned a lot of Star Wars toys. I always rode Star Tours when I went to the park. And then as I grew older, I stopped appreciating the movies, per se. I stopped, like, watching them, like, every once or few years. And now it's just, you know, the point where they're making a sequel, you know, with all this buzz on the internet, it's caught my attention. And maybe I'll appreciate the films. Maybe I'll buy a whole set, for all I know, before this new one comes out. And I might be one of those people, not at midnight seeing it, but I might be one of those people seeing it opening weekend.
Well, I can assure you that I have no idea when we're going to watch it.
I know. I could tell. You know.
Number one, that's not my call.
Yeah.
And number two, I work at a job that obviously I could either A, pay for it, or B, wait about a month to see it for free.
You know what? I'd probably wait about a month to do. I mean, you know, I don't know.
This business that we're in, Aaron, when it comes down to it, getting a review out a month later is a death knell.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
No.
And you know, not like I'm disagreeing, like, cause I can't disagree. I can't make opinions about the movie. It's probably worth $7-8 for your ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the truth is, we know the honest truth. We know the honest truth about reviews.
Oh.
I am not fat.
Oh my God, that's why I said that. Oh.
No, I said reviews. I didn't mean you.
When you talk about Harry Knowles?
No, I'm talking about Harry Styles.
Oh, God.
Harry Styles.
That's one direction I don't want to go down right now.
You make beautiful.
Anybody that's got an eating disorder that is a One Direction fan, message to you.
Oh, God.
That's okay. I had people tweeting me.
And if you can't take that criticism, get off the internet.
I guess some people.
Dear God.
I could actually second that. Ashley,
some people don't realize that the internet is something that's known as toxic.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I could actually second that, Ashley, because I have people attacking me because I'm not agreeing with people that they say Sia is a music goddess and she deserves to be on SNL more than Donald Trump next month.
I like Sia, but I'm a Trump supporter, so.
Yeah, but you know, like, would you agree, Owen, that Sia is a music goddess?
She's good.
Music goddess, though.
In the same month that Lady Gaga's done a video about women being force raped, I don't think we can say Sia is a goddess. I think Gaga has sort of got that under lock and key probably for the rest of the year until the Academy Awards. You never know, even the Grammys.
Oh my goodness, that's too funny.
What is
Because
clear
that song
that
is fucking epic.
yeah.
That video is fucking epic. Only annoying thing is it's from the director of Twilight, the director of the original Twilight, and so I'm going, God damn it, why am I liking this?
You know, try to have trolls tell you that Donald Trump doesn't deserve any more airtime for free to be on SNL. He's been on TV enough. It's because people are interested in him, even if people who don't want to support. He's like the guy you kind of love to hate, because I don't really pay attention to the controversial or not controversial comments he's made, but you gotta.
I don't want to see him on my TV anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I see enough commercials for Just for Men.
Yeah, the media overexposes him, but I guess me and no one could back each other up on this. You gotta.
And you know why the media exposes him? Because he's a character. He's not a person. He's a character.
Well, they make him a character, but
he's Arse Fit McGee. He's the Human Torch. He is Iron Man.
I think
he's a character.
I think we gained.
If he was a real human being, he wouldn't come with sound bites.
Well, does anybody really want another Bush in the White House?
I think we gained a viewer who was a Trump supporter, and we lost that viewer.
I don't want anybody in the White House. Literally, what should happen next year? Nobody votes for anybody, so then we just have an empty White House, and everything just goes to shit. Because nobody has faith in the political system anymore.
Well, actually, they could vote for that old man that was complaining about the rent being too damn high.
I love that guy. About that guy.
Of course you do.
I tell you. Kanye is missing a point. If Kanye ran for 2016 as an independent, I think a lot of people would vote for him. Who was that one that was the joke candidate that was like second in the ratings in the one state?
D's nuts.
Yeah, D's nuts. Vote for D's nuts.
I'd vote for D's nuts.
Vote for D's nuts. No.
Oh my god.
Political talk on the podcast when we're all sick and tired right now.
These nuts can serve your country.
I thought we were talking about Apprentice because we were talking about Trump.
True.
I do know that Schwarzenegger's taking over Celebrity Apprentice the next season, and that really intrigues me.
He'd be a better president.
I want to terminate Russia. I want to terminate.
I've come here to lead, not to read.
Got nothing to fucking do with the country, but he'd be a better prime minister than half the shit that we get over here.
Ooh,
Fair enough.
Very good point.
I'm just getting all sorts of politicized tonight.
When you have a guy that says, oh, we need to work more like China. Oh, yeah, the country where people threaten to jump off buildings if they don't get paid 2 cents more on the dollar. And by that I mean the dollar that they're actually getting paid, because that's all they get paid, because there is no such thing as minimum wage.
Well, China shouldn't feel bad because that's how much I make in a day from surveys, so I know how they feel. I really do.
Yeah, but they're working 20 hours a day for that much.
Yeah.
You're clicking things for a couple of hours.
That is correct.
Exactly.
Aaron, we're not going to win this
comparison. Don't make me get Sean Bean. I'll get the Sean Bean.
Oh, no.
And you know what happens when Sean Bean's on anything? It dies. Unless it's the Martian, goddammit.
We lost a viewer. Must have been a Trump supporter. Or Sia.
It's a Sean Bean fan. They're going like, I need to see that clip again of him dying in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
By the way, that person that left, we got a message.
I thought you were gonna go with the I'm out sounder.
Oh, we gained a viewer.
Nah. That's been Raw for the last 5 weeks. I can't be bothered to use it anymore.
Oh my god, thank you.
It's getting real ridiculous. I mean, okay, like you said, I left and then Raw went to crap, and then I come back and Raw is still crap.
So even, I mean, to me it's 6 weeks. To me it started like over a month ago, but I agree with 5 weeks. But to me it's 6 weeks because I could even see the seeds being planted. Like the next month's gonna be shit. But it's really easy to tell when Raw is gonna be bad, like a string of bad shows. But I don't remember it being bad this long. So we can mutually agree that this was the worst build-up for a pay-per-view in recent memory for something like Hell in a Cell that should have had better build-up.
Which means the pay-per-view could be stellar.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Good when it wants to.
The moral of the story is Raw for the last few weeks has been this.
What the fuck is this shit?
Exactly. Now, it can be like that too if Survivor Series is no longer important.
I think Survivor Series will have some major things happening this year.
4-hour show.
I hope not. I don't want any more 4-hour shows.
It's going to be much better. It's going to be 5 hours.
Yeah,
5-hour
right?
show.
5-hour. See if the fans survive. I mean,
Then WrestleMania will actually last 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
And the Dallas government will be going, we didn't sign off on this. And they'll be going, suck it, you dicks.
Question is, could we break the HHN Popcast record for WrestleMania next year?
Oh boy, I don't know. Just might. If they make it the card the internet wants to see. Here's what the internet wants to see: Rock versus Triple H, Undertaker versus Brock. No, not Brock. Whoa, Sting. Brock Lesnar versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I forgot the other match.
How can Brock Lesnar face Triple H and... How can he face Triple H and Sting and Undertaker and Stone Cold in the same night?
I said The Rock versus Triple H. I may have said Brock because I get it mixed up with The Rock, but then I made a mistake.
What about Rock versus Brock?
No, there's no Brock versus Brock. This is not Kane versus Kane.
There's going to be a Rock versus Brock.
Brock versus
We're going to get a rematch from SummerSlam 02.
That's another thing. Corporate Kane was suspended, but not Demon Kane, because wrestling fans are not stupid.
Yes, they are.
Well, WWE is stupid because Demon Kane didn't even show up tonight.
So does that mean Demon Kane is suspended too?
That's your world title match for the
blunt with Randy Orton, hence the ban.
Oh my God! Owen just hit it right on the nail. That is your main event match for Hell in a Cell, and Demon Kane was not even on tonight. Fail.
Hey, it's almost like The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar were involved in the match. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, just, oh my God.
There's so many question marks right now with booking, and I don't think they even know what they want to do.
They don't.
Kane versus Taker 3 at WrestleMania 32, and Kane does the unthinkable and actually wins. And then they just bury themselves literally together. They just get the shovel and just bury themselves under sand or whatever. Very macabre. Yeah. Kid friendly. They're burying themselves alive. How nice.
It would be a real shame if Owen... It would be a shame if Owen was right, but it would be a shame if Owen was right, that Hell in a Cell was stellar. And people don't care to see it because that's the general reaction of the fans on and off the internet. They don't care to see it.
No, they really don't right now. I mean, the hype train for Hell in a Cell is so down, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Right, should we go through the card?
Yeah, I gotta write down everybody's predictions.
I gotta look at the match card because I forgot even the card.
You're not the only one.
Oh wow! Because the
So I guess we'll start off with the pre-show match.
Okay.
Is your 6-man tag? Hello, Teddy Law. Of
Holla, holla, holla.
Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville taking on Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett. My feeling here is I think the face team is going to go over because of the shenanigans that happened tonight. And then, of course, leading to what comes later on in the night.
Well, I have something. The only way I don't see the babyface team going over is if one thing happens, and that's if Dolph abandons his tag team partners to go after the United States title.
Yeah, but it's the pre-show.
He still could leave.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I really want.
Because it would be surprising if you saw him as a face and then literally be a heel an hour and a half later.
That's a good point.
I cannot wait to get my prediction for this match.
Yeah, I want to go with Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus, but law of averages basically tell me that Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville are winning.
Oh no.
Aaron, thoughts?
Nothing. I was meaning it to you, directing it to you. I said no. I'm kindly disagreeing with you and going with Russo, Sheamus, and Wade Barrett because WWE logic is let's keep Neville on a losing streak, even though he's still the most exciting superstar on the roster.
He's wearing Daniel Bryan gear now, so he has to lose once in a while.
Yeah, but he's on a losing streak.
Or, injure himself and put him out indefinitely.
Yeah, it's oh crap, not good.
It's the man that WWE Creative forgot now.
It's the man the creative forgot.
Exactly. That's what it is. And that's sad because who do we have on that team? Cesaro and Ziggler. And reportedly, the dirt sheet said Vince McMahon thinks Cesaro is boring. Somehow I believe that.
I believe Vince needs to step down and let Paul take over permanently.
Thank you. What? Oh, Paul. Oh, I thought you meant Paul Heyman.
That will never happen.
I like him over his cold, dead hands. No, yeah, definitely Paul should definitely take over because I don't think Vince realizes the success of NXT, but I don't think he realizes the mindset that Triple H has for NXT, that NXT is simply a future business model for how WWE should be managed and booked. That's what it is. NXT is a future business model that Vince should follow. Honestly.
I really want the heel team to win here, but they already won the match on Raw, so unless they lose on SmackDown in some way or another, I really think that the face team's going to win.
We'll probably get a tag team match or a singles match with people in their corner on SmackDown.
I don't care. I don't pay attention to SmackDown.
Me neither. But yeah, that's an interesting prediction. It could go either way, but I'm going with WWE logic is keep the talented guys grounded and losing.
Next, I guess we'll mention it just in case it does actually become a match again. The tag match with Ambrose and Mystery Person versus the Wyatts of actually Harper and actually Strowman.
I don't think this match is going to happen at all.
Depends on the status of Harper. If Harper's out, then yeah, I think it will be thrown out. But if Harper's in, they'll find some excuse.
Yeah, but who's Ambrose's partner?
Big Show.
Oh my God. That's a great way for me to log off WWE Network for that minute. That Big Show's on.
Well, no, because you need to stick around because then the next match that we're talking about will be the one you're interested in.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it depends where the Ambrose and tag team matches were on the card early in the show, probably in the first hour.
So now we have the US Open Challenge. John Cena versus Mystery Person. I don't know who the mystery person is, but I think the likelihood is they actually might win the title, and then Cena gets the rematch the following night on Raw. Fails, and that's how you write him off. For a bit. Whether it's a month, whether it's a few months, who knows?
Probably a couple months. John Cena can't stay away from WWE too long.
That's why I think it could be something as stupid as 1 week.
Yeah.
Just the week that they're in the UK, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm miraculously better." Meh.
and you know, the internet's like, we were just loving Raw without you.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see a new US champion.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do we have to give? Should we give predictions on who should accept the challenge, or who?
No, because it could be any one of a number of people, really.
Yeah.
Depending where the schedule is for moving matches. You know, let's say Owens drops the title to Ryback. Then you can clearly just have Owens go in and say, right, I'm getting another shot.
Yeah, get that Intercontinental title away from him right now. It's an albatross.
Really?
Yeah, so Cena's dropping the belt to be decided. It's an interesting name for a wrestler, but you know.
Aaron,
Well,
thoughts?
I don't think Tyler Breeze will accept the challenge. Somehow I don't think it'll be Dolph Ziggler either, because he already has chance.
Is it King Tutankhamun?
Is it what?
King
Is it
Tut.
King Tutankhamun that's going to be taking on John Cena?
I don't know.
Makes sense. Sorry, I'm losing consciousness.
I don't know. I don't know who could accept the challenge. I don't. You know, it would be nice if it was Mark Henry, but we don't know what Mark Henry is anymore.
He's a JTTS, Jobber to the Stars.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but that's what it's come to.
What if it was Tyson Kidd, but he's got a few more months left on the recovery, huh?
I think Cena's going to retain,
Interesting.
and I think that he's going to drop it on Raw.
So speaking of the one we sort of teased, the IC title match with Owens versus the Ryback. It would make sense for Owens to win, so that's why I have to say Owens will win. Probably means it won't happen.
Because if he loses, that is stupid. I mean, I think it's going to be a good physical match. You know, of course, Kevin Owens being a heel, cutting promos in matches is great. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Kevin Owens here. The only way that Owens loses is if they put the title on Ryback and they give Owens the U.S. title back.
That seems like a lot of shuffling with the titles around, huh?
It doesn't matter. They're just props anyway.
Yeah. It's like,
So then we've got the tag team title match with the New Day defending against the Dudley Boys. Everything that they've been posting is hinted towards the Dudley, so we'll have to see.
You know, which I think this should have been Hell in a Cell. I don't have a reason for it. I just think it should have been Hell in a Cell. But I got into an argument on Twitter with a fellow fan. Well, no, not a fellow fan. These fans that get into arguments are just like IWC and trolls to kill. But anyways, But he was saying that 3 Hell in a Cell matches would be too much for a pay-per-view like this, even though I think we've seen it before.
Oh, hi, Lockdown. How are you?
God damn it!
But
Don't remind us of that
Lockdown-
shit.
Every match was in a Hell in a Cell. 3 matches I don't think would kill people for a Hell in a Cell.
Where was the reverse battle royale match?
I think we've seen that before, though. I think we've seen a pay-per-view of 3 Hell in a Cell
Yeah, but
matches.
it needed to be in a lockdown cage.
The red cage.
No, I
with the
don't
hole
mean
at
the
top.
stupid WCW triple cage.
That cage was awesome.
The triple cage that we'll never get. I don't know.
Ready to Rumble 2, starring John Cena.
It would make sense if we had a tables match with Team 3D and New Day yet?
No.
TLC. I think that's when they settled the score.
That's when
We'll see.
I think that's when the Dudleys take the titles. New Day retains.
Yeah.
I think the Dudleys are getting the belts because they've been showing New Day as a strong force.
Yeah. They really have.
I think I agree with Aaron. They hold off till TLC.
It would make sense. It's a very entertaining rivalry. I think, it sort of makes Team 3D look weak, but then again, they're pushing the New Day, and the New Day is just forever entertaining. Having them feud with Cena for like 1 or 2 weeks was really confusing as hell. But if they just keep it like how it is, December, I wouldn't mind this storyline going till December. I do mind the Rusev and Summer Rae crap going until November.
All right, Ashley, continue.
We got the Divas title match for Charlotte and Nikki Bella.
Ooh. If Nikki,
Let's hope that Charlotte retains, and then Nikki Bella can just retire to be a John Cena baby machine.
oh my god.
Or is that
we should-
Kendra lost?
Oh God.
We should pray that there's no twin magic, because Brie is not in the card, which doesn't matter, but that still leaves some twin magic.
Well, I'm pretty sure then that Daniel Bryan would punch Nikki Bella in the face. And by punch, I mean use an electric drill.
And then Nikki would just tell him, "I wish you died in your mother's womb."
Next week, besties. High school drama on WWE programming.
There's nothing like it.
God dang it.
I think we've seen more high school drama on WWE television this year than any other year that I can remember.
Only thing I would compare it to would be like the drunks that are in the scare zones at horror nights.
I'm gonna have to go with Ashley. I'm gonna really support Charlotte here for all the good reasons. So
Charlotte wins unless they turn Paige.
yeah,
Because what needs to happen, and I can think they're building to this, is
Yeah, but hang on, she's in a feud with Lita
that stuff
and
doesn't
Trish.
matter.
and Caitlyn and Eve Torres
Eddie
and
Electro
Alundra
Kelly,
Blaze
and Kelly because
and
she has a show.
Natalia
Hey, she
and
has
Charlotte
to face
and
Alundra
Nikki
Blaze.
Bella
She has to face
and Brie
Alundra.
Bella.
She has to face Alundra Blaze because of the simple fact that you got to promote the video game coming out next week.
Hashtag nope.
Thank you, Dean Ambrose. What I'd like to see happen here is I'd like to see Nikki take the title back because Paige goes heel and joins the Bellas, and that brings Bayley up, and we have a Survivor Series match.
Okay, I was about to say, and how could you? But then when you explained it, I'm like, okay, when you put it that way.
That makes the most sense, but I don't think there's enough time to do it.
Well, WWE Logic. It's
Only
not
thing is, then it will become Team BBC, and everyone will go, "Where's Lexington Steel?"
Oh God.
In other news,
This match is brought to you in part by the National Lottery.
or it could be Alicia Fox turns babyface and then joins Team NBC, and it could become ABC.
No.
Always possibility. I'm just kidding.
Next, we got the WWE World Heavyweight Title match.
Whoa, that won't be the last match.
Because it's the man they call Kane taking on Cena. Rollins. It's that late. Seriously, I'm needing to get matchsticks to try and keep my eyes open.
Now this match is not Hell in a Cell either.
No, it's at Hell in a Cell. It's just not in Hell in a Cell.
Does that make sense?
Stipulation, of course, being if Kane doesn't win, Corporate Kane gets axed as DOO.
You know, which means other words.
Basically, it means Isaac Yankem has to make an appearance.
It also means other words, like if he loses, he drops the Corporate Kane gimmick. And secondly, you have Demon Kane at Hell in a Cell, not in a Hell in a Cell match. What?
We'll bring them all back. We'll bring Mordecai back.
I don't know what to think of this
The
match.
one that Vincent Price is talking to.
As long as it's not Charlie Mordecai, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, this match is.
I don't care about the Kane storyline right now at all.
I really don't either.
If this is the twilight of his career, and I'm pretty sure it is, this is when he's winding down and this is going to be the end of his career, I would not have an issue with him being a transitional champion to get the title on Sheamus, who would thus then also become a transitional champion.
See, my problem here is that, and I might be the only one bitching about it, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, is that the match is not a Hell in a Cell match, because that's the only way that I would be interested and invested into the feud. Just simply because it takes place Hell in a Cell. Because there's a lot you could do. I mean, it's Demon Kane at Hell in a Cell.
So?
Actually, is that his new name, too? Demon Kane? They just no longer call him Kane anymore? It's Demon Kane? First and last name, Demon Kane.
Well, first off, he doesn't look right anyway, because I hate the new mask. I hate the new gear. I wish he'd go back to his old gear.
The
and
gear
the old mask.
The gear looks like a middle school art class made it. What's with the line?
But it came with the mask. Holy shit.
I don't really have a problem with the mask, but...
I don't care. If Rollins wins, then we can end the storyline, but then you technically can push it back because he no longer has any sort of authority, so that means that he can be a wrestler again, and that's all he has, so he can go right back after Rollins.
Exactly, because WWE knows how to run storylines until they can't be important anymore.
So I have Triple H inadvertently cost him the match on Sunday,
Ooh.
and that will build some to their match for WrestleMania if they go that route, or if they put it at the Rumble.
And finally, your two-handed matches. First up, Reigns versus Wyatt. I think...
I have a different answer now than I did.
I honestly thought it was going to be, from the way it sort of looked initially tonight. Not being basically the Wyatt winning. But I think there's a possibility now that the Wyatts could actually be a victim of it. It isn't actually the ghostly apparition, the person that's affected by it.
I just really hope this is a good match, because after that brawl they had on Raw and after what I've been seeing lately, I'm just like, not really caring anymore.
They had a good build-up tonight. I'll give them that.
It got some build-up. Well, didn't it lead to some disappointment, because the internet was really excited to see a Shield reunion, and then when we got it, we were like, well, kinda reunion. Kinda. Eh.
Yeah, jumping off the apron like the bastard that he is.
Eh.
Anyway, giving out 3 points for every time you drive carefully and cautiously, I guess.
Aaron, you have a winner for this match?
Yeah. I say Seth Rollins, but winning in a dirty way because he's not a properly booked champion. Rollins wins. I can't see how the internet or people off the internet would be happy with Kane being champion right now. I mean, the guy deserves it. Anytime, I'll just make this disclosure. Every week we do sometimes bash the gimmicks. It's not towards the guys. It's the gimmicks and how they're booked. Nothing against Kane. He's a long-time WWE employee. I have more respect for him than Big Show, personally. I don't think it would be the right time to put the title belt on him. He needs to be Kane. He needs to be Demon Kane, in quotes, full-time to be champion, not Jekyll and Hyde.
We're talking about the Hell in a Cell matches. I'm confused. Should we just get to the final one, Owen, before I go to sleep?
Smart move. Yeah. Okay, pick a winner, Reigns or Wyatt. Aaron.
I'm going to say Reigns. My heart says Wyatt, but my head says Reigns. I wouldn't object to either one winning. I just think they're angling this towards some sort of spin for a feud somewhere down the line with Roman and Sheamus, both with iconography to make them look like Jesus somehow.
I'm going with Bray.
I'm going to go with Reigns.
Okay, main event time.
Yeah, because it probably is, more than likely. Taker versus Lesnar, part 74.
But it's the only match I care about because both Lesnar and Heyman have said now that match is going to be carnage. Ain't no way in hell that match will be PG. That's why I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see.
So for that, I say Undertaker. Lesnar already beat a Taker in Hell in a Cell.
Ashley?
I honestly think Taker's going to win here. And then Taker loses to Sting if that does happen. And that's how it's done.
I would say Taker needs to win because he has to get a legitimate victory over Lesnar.
Good point. There's
no excuse for disqualifications in the cell because anything goes. So.
Yeah, so he can kick
a DQ because that's happened quite a few times.
He can kick him in the junk as many times as he wants in the cell.
Yeah, but that one time when they had a cage match, and then it was got called off like in the middle of it. It sort of was very odd, but whatever.
Do we think it's over after this, Lesnar and Taker?
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're saying it's the final time.
Somehow I don't believe that. WWE logic.
No, think about it. How old is Undertaker?
No, I know that, but...
In his 50s. He ain't been able to do this shit anymore.
how does
The
this?
reason why he's got strong is this is the last hurrah. This is the farewell tour.
Yeah.
You've got to be at Raw and Smackdown, otherwise you'll witness a murder.
Farewell tour and the Go to Hell tour.
Well, on that note, I think that's going to end another podcast.
Take it home.
If you want to watch Hell in a Cell, it's going to be on the WWE Network, or if you want to really do what JBL says not to do, you can pay for it. $60. Good God. Why?
And it's better than Netflix. Like, there's nothing wrong with Netflix.
So go check out Hell in a Cell if you are so inclined, and then Raw on Monday, and then guess what? I'm going back on vacation again. Closing week of Halloween Horror Nights starts it's a week from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're going to be gone for just a week?
Yeah.
I will laugh so hard if Raw is terrible next week, too. And you're gone just for a week.
It probably will be.
You've been here for the past, 2 weeks?
Well, I've been here, yes, for the past 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, there for the past 2 weeks. That's what I meant. And Raw still sucked.
Yep, that's right. That's what we've got this week. Real quick, if you are, speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, if you are able to attend Halloween Horror Nights closing week, Pop is doing another series of meetups on the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. 29th and 30th will involve a trip to the NBC Sports Grill and Brew, and Halloween will be a really awesome time at the Hard Rock Cafe, including a lot of Bill and Ted and a lot of shows. And it sounds to me there's a very good possibility that these meetups may be quite legendary, if you know what I mean. So, real quick, we can also check out Ashley every single week on the Whole Indie Show on the SNS Radio Network. And if you want to email him, it is sticks@snsradionetwork.com. And also, Ashley's available here on Pop for Mondays every week for Gaming with Ash. Ashley just got a bunch of swag from EGX, and that video is currently up on this channel. Check that out.
Long ass video. Next week it'll probably be about 2 minutes.
Nice.
To compensate.
Tweet him at @AshIsMyNameUK. Aaron, on the other hand, can be found on a myriad of social media networks.
Oh, I'm on? Sorry. You can like my fan page on Mr. ENT92, which is also the same handle for Instagram, Mr. ENT92, on Twitter, and also Periscope, Mr. Entertainment on Vine and Wrestling Amino. I'll be going to the NXT taping this Thursday night with a couple of fellow entertainers. This week I got, I think, 3 more podcasts to be on, sorry. Friday night is the Coaster Casters podcast. Saturday will be Agent and Talk. Sunday will be Hell in a Cell, WWE Popcast. More on details and those times and when those will be on my social media networks. And, check me out at the Haunted House, the Koei Haunted House event. Dates and information on my social media channels. And November 28th, I won tickets to go see Sierra. So social media coverage on that next month. So just stay tuned to all my social media channels and you'll be updated.
Aaron's also got a Google Plus account. Just search.
Yes, I do. I just don't promote it. But
Yeah, no. I was gonna say the username. It is hashtag Brock Lesnar loves the gun.
There we go.
No, absolutely not.
You can also tweet me at Sir Owen Disney. Friend request me on Facebook at Owen Disney. Like our Facebook fan page, Sir Owen Disney Pop. Search for Sir Owen Disney and Pop. Check out our mobile app. If you have iTunes, it's under Sir Owen Disney. And if you like subscription boxes and you're into a really cool, authentic T-shirts from brands like Marvel and DC and like beers like Guinness and like video game companies, check out Tblocks, TEEBLOX.com. and you can sign up for a $9.99 subscription. And if you use the promo code SirOwenDisney, you can get 15% off your order. So check that out if you are so inclined.
999.
Exactly. And on top of that, we also are on moviepilot.com. If you want to check us out there, it's under Sir Owen Disney there too. And Pop is going places. I just basically confirmed to everyone there's going to be some brand new people that are officially joining the channel now. We talked about that on the 6-hour Popcast we had the other day. So, almost everybody that was involved in that will be a regular on Pop from this moment forward. So that's what we've got for now. And I want to go ahead and get off here. Real quick, I want to thank Ashley for joining us for the whole thing and doing triple duty tonight. Yes. Aaron, thank you for joining us, even though you were late. We do appreciate you joining us, as always.
He sounds like Luke Harper.
Yeah.
Isn't that Muhammad Hassan's theme?
Don't forget to flex your muscles in the background. Or put your hand up and put your fist up in the air.
Oh, I fisted a lot of things in the air.
Oh,
Especially Brock Lesnar's gun.
God, Brock Lesnar's gun. So that's what we've got for this week. Once again, in a world where there are a billion wrestling podcasts, we are very happy that you have chosen a podcast. And before we get off here, a shout out to Acer in the chat, as always, bringing some awesomeness. Acer1337, yes, in a row, and that's on Twitter if you want to check him out. He needs followers. Check him out. He puts over all the various wrestling podcasts all over the internet, and he puts us over every single week. So got a lot of good stuff to hear from him. And like I said, very soon, hopefully we'll get him on the podcast. And who knows, maybe some special guests coming soon. We'll see what happens with that. So,
and also, if you don't mind, also a quick shout out to Vic. Hopefully you're on this Sunday, buddy. We miss you.
I want to shout out Vic as always. And he was going to be making his return tonight. Complications made that impossible. But hopefully he'll be joining us for both Hell in a Cell and Raw. And it's always nice to be able to talk to Vic, one of my best friends, and not just an updater. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm very happy he's on Pop as well. So, Vic, take care of yourself, sir, and we will hopefully talk to you on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And I'm sorry I was sick tonight. My apologies for passing out and going on mute a bunch, but hopefully I'll be better by next week because I leave a week from today, so yay. So until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.
Bye.
Owen says there's like a billion different podcasts that are out there. The fact of the matter is, 98% are presented by just one man.
Thank you.